you're doing some builds and have already done one. So, and what you're doing is co-living. So I'm excited to talk to you about that. Share with us what you're doing and where you're doing it.
Yeah, hi, I'm Pramod. I currently own a co-living home in Lakeland, Central Florida.
What's co-living?
Oh yeah, before I'll get started on co-living. So it's basically I would define it as a mix between multifamily and single family. I'd say like if multifamily and single family had a baby, that would be co-living. It's basically you take a single family home, kind of renovate it, or if you're building it from ground up, build it in such a way that you rent out each room, um, and to a specific tenant person, and it's basically rental by the room.
Your bedroom. Excellent. And where are you doing the first build or your first rent by the room co-living?
My first one is in Lakeland, Central Florida, right between Tampa and Orlando.
Why did you select that area?
Because back in 2025, when I was researching markets, 2024, end of 2024, 2025, one of the factors I was looking at was population growth. And Polk County, I think the year of 2023 was the county where most number of people had moved into all over the U.S.
In Polk County?
In Polk County. Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah.
Why? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah,
Because
you
of the CXX? So, like, what's going on over there? Like, I know that.
A lot of land. A lot of people are buying and building it.
Also, like Tampa is full,
Is on the
Orlando
edge,
is full. Now they're growing outward like this, and Lakeland is right. Polk County is right in between.
Smart.
So there's a lot of growth coming in there. The prices are still not too expensive. It kind of worked for this, model, and that's pretty much how I chose Lakeland.
So obviously the co-living model, a lot of times people say that it's like a multifamily in a single family house. So you're getting more rental income with your co-living house or what have you. So I guess it was so good to where you decided to do another one.
Yes, I'm currently in the permitting phase of another co-living home in Orlando. It's a little bit of a different project because it's a full gut rehab. While my first co-living home is a 6-bed, 2-bath, this one's going to be a 6-bed, 5-bath, where, we're going to be pretty much, demoing everything on the inside, converting the garage into additional, bedrooms. And so, we get more revenue per room because of those private ensuite bathrooms.
Excellent. And you're managing it yourself or are you using?
So I use PathSplit. It's a platform similar to Airbnb, but for co-living. So I use them. They help with the marketing, the screening, rent collection. But say if there's something wrong with the home, like I need to send a handyman or like a bulb goes out, I manage that portion of the property management thing.
And how are you looking at with the retention of your co-living guests, or are they called tenants, members?
Members, yeah. Because how the model is structured is I lease my home to one entity, PathSplit in this case, and they have members who, are member of this club. And one of the benefits of this club is housing. And that's pretty much, why they're called members and not tenants. And the reason why we have it in this structure is because of a lot of these counties have, a restriction on how many number of unrelated people you can have in a home. I think certain counties have 4, 3, 5, depending on your county and city. So with this membership model, it's like a bypass to that system. Excellent. Because it's just a club, right? And the benefit is housing. Yeah.
Basically, call it house hacking.
Pretty much, yeah. House hacking, but like if you're staying in I think with house hacking, it's more when you stay in the home, right? Yeah. Here, I don't stay there, I pretty much rent out all the rooms. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And what's the amount of profit you're getting from your first home as opposed to the next one in Orlando?
Right. So the first home, which has been running for about a year now, we cash flow between $1,000 to $1,300 depending on the occupancy.
Which is excellent because you're not like the average single family rental is what cash flow? And
$200,
yeah.
$300. So it's like my asset is still a single family home, but it has like returns like a multi-family home, right? So that's the good thing about co-living. Good cash flow. Occupancy has also been good. I think we are averaging around 94%.
Excellent.
Yeah, this first year. And the good thing about co-living is, say one of your members or tenants move out, right? You're still collecting rent from the other 5 people.
Yeah.
So it has a minimal impact on your cash flow versus if you had like I don't know, like a family living there and they move out, now all of your cash flow stops, right? So that helps a lot in terms of, diversified income. Yeah.
Where are most of your members coming from? Like what sectors? Are they workforce or are they?
Workforce, I would say like, average income of 40, 50K a year. I have people who work as, waiters in restaurants, teachers, factory workers. And so it's a mix of, lot of different workforce housing. Yeah.
With all those different personalities, how are you seeing the retention rate, the management of it?
So that's one thing I focus on is like try to screen them. Pat split helps with the screening. You get a report of, previous evictions and criminal history and all of that. But apart from that, I also, call them, kind of do an interview, just sort of like a vibe check if, they would be a good fit into this home. Try to get to know a little bit about them. And, so far, it's worked out well. We've had a few bad apples here and there. Where, one, if there's any conflict, I try to talk to the members, kind of see, what the issue is. The good thing about Pat Split is each of the members, they get to rate the other members.
Excellent.
On I think it's a weekly or bi-weekly, manner. So say if a lot of the members are rating one specific member like low, then you pretty much know who's the problem, right? And then you have a talk with them. You let them know, hey, what, you're too loud during the quiet hours, or like you're messy, or you give them a warning. And if it continues, you unfortunately have to like give them a notice to vacate. I've had like one or two of those members. Some have, after the warnings, they've become better, but I've had to like actually evict one of the, not evict, had to like give them a notice to vacate, and they vacated.
They leave,
Yeah.
Without any fanfare, they go no problem.
Yeah. So this one was fine because they just transferred to another home, because even they didn't like the people who were living the home. The other members didn't like them, so it was pretty straightforward. They could request a transfer on the Pat Split platform.
Good.
But I've heard some hosts have had to evict, but I think the eviction rate is like very small in Pat Split. Yeah.